Well, good morning. It's just before 10 o'clock on Sunday, the 2nd of August. I stayed in the old school restaurant and rooms last night in Inshegra, which was fine. Room was perfectly pleasant, nice shower, and they did food, which was nice, because otherwise there's nothing around here apart from Kinlochbervie. And a very nice breakfast. I really enjoyed the breakfast, and I sort of lazed around a bit, managed to wash a few clothes, dry my shoes, and I'm walking up the road now. Very quiet road, particularly on a Sunday morning, and I'll stop at the spa in Kinlochbervie, which I think is open 9 till 6 on a Sunday. None of the little cafes are open, but that's all right because I'm pretty full, and I'll get something to eat tonight. It's a relatively easy day today, about 9.5 miles to Sandwood Bay, and I'm really looking forward to camping there. Hopefully it will be decent weather. Might even get a nice sunrise, and then I'm going to get up early tomorrow and get to Cape Wrath. I'll show you some of the views from here. So this is looking back the way I've come, and see all the mountains and the loch here. Oh, I meant to look on the map and remind myself what it was called, but forgot. And heading to Bagcall, where London Stores is situated. But I did talk to someone who said that they thought it might be closed, so we'll see. If it is open, I'll definitely pop in there and just buy something small, just see what it's like. Wonderful views, and it's a decent day today. Look at that. Lovely and quiet. No one mowing their lawn, no one trimming their hedge. Just the sounds of nature. Fantastic. Since I left for Iconic yesterday, I've been climbing gradually, which is a little bit hard work, but the benefit are the fantastic views. And this is Kinlochbervie Harbour, and the spa is straight ahead. I think so. I'm just going to turn in there, have a quick stock up and get on. Just popped into the spa and backtracked and walked up the little road to Old Shore Moor, I think. And the road goes up there to the left past that building and up to the top. Just coming to Blairmore, and it's really beautiful. Quite rugged. Houses dotted around, and it's very close to the car park for Sandwood Bay, and then there's another couple of miles walk there. So just turned off the road. Actually says 7 kilometres here. Just back at that little sign, 6.5 kilometres, but 4.5 miles, so slightly further than I thought, but looks good. And got a note about Cape Wrath firing range will not be active in July and August. Good. Well, it's nice to be off the road, and I think it's a pretty good track all the way to Sandwood Bay, and then after that trackless to Cape Wrath. Should be about 7 miles from Sandwood Bay, give or take a bit. And immediately there's a lovely little loch with a whole load of sheep. Even though there are a few houses around here, it just feels so wonderfully isolated. And it's so quiet. It's lovely. Fantastic view back where we've come. Big loch there, Loch Am Baim or something. And this is the way we're going. This is the other side of the loch. Nice little sandy beach. And it's really rather a nice day. It's about 12:30. Got about 2.5 miles to go, something like that. Well, we're nearly there. It's fabulous out here. It feels so isolated, and it helps it's a gorgeous day. And there's my first sight of Sandwood Bay, and right in the distance, I'm not sure you can see it, but just up on the headland, I can see the very tip of the Cape Wrath lighthouse. I think that'll be the last view I get of it until I get there tomorrow. Stunning. Well, here I am in Sandwood Bay. Another 7 people here. 1 person in the sea. And to be honest, it's this thought, being here, that has sustained me through all the tough times on the Cape Wrath Trail. Obviously I'm keen to get to the lighthouse, but it's the thought of actually getting to Sandwood Bay, and it is stunning. I think the good weather helps, but it's just fabulous. Really beautiful. It's been worth it. And I can just see the tip of the Cape Wrath lighthouse there. I didn't think I'd see it from here, but and that's where I'm going tomorrow. So I'm gonna have a look in the dunes and hopefully find a decent place to camp there, which would be nice. I decided to just cross the little river running into the sea today, so hopefully my shoes will dry out a little bit and I don't start tomorrow with a wade. And I'm hoping that I'm going to camp somewhere up there. Let's go for a little explore, because that looks like the way up tomorrow. I was wandering around looking for somewhere decent to pitch. Couldn't initially really see too many places, lots of possibilities but nothing great. And then I came upon this little spot here, which is obviously being used by lots of campers. It's just down from the rock wall, and hopefully it should be easy access for tomorrow for Cape Wrath bit, and about 200 metres from the sea. I did have a thought as I was wandering around of why not just go straight to Cape Wrath, because it's only about 2:15. But then I thought, no, I mean, I've got to get home, but I'm in no real rush. I'll get there tomorrow. And I really quite fancy camping at Sandwood Bay. I mean, it's just a gorgeous spot. It's lovely. So here we are. Right. Enough. Done and dusted. Let's follow our footprints back. If you want to find somewhere that's a bit flatter, it's a perfect site for about 50 tents here. Just basically walk east to the cliffs just before you go up towards the lighthouse onto the peat moor, and then turn right and come through the dunes and sort of walk, I suppose it's south from the sea, with the sea behind you, and in about 5 minutes you'll come to this big flat spot that looks absolutely perfect, and lots of water nearby. I think this is one of the lochs, so I assume it's not seawater and okay to drink, but I'll find out when I filter my water. If not, I think I've got a slightly longer walk before I get to some water, but there we are. Up till now I've used the Sawyer mini squeeze, but it was getting slower and slower even after flushing it out. So I've got a life straw which I've just started to use on this part of the Cape Wrath, which seems good, but it probably needs flushing out now, which after a week is not particularly great. I didn't bother to bring the syringe and stuff with me, but I should still get a fairly okay flow. Let's have a look. Not bad. Let's just taste it and check it's not salt water. No, that's the good stuff. And the bag I've got is one of these Knock ones, CNOC, which is excellent, really hard wearing. When you fill it up, it's 2 litres. Well, there we go. And I'll leave that in there, and so I've used some of that filter some more, so I don't have to worry about filtering water tomorrow morning. So I want to get up and go. So it's map time. I forgot to do it last night, so this is yesterday. I pitched just here pretty much exactly on the number 45 on the Harvey's map. Great place to pitch, by an old abandoned cottage, and right next to the shore of Loch Stack, so dead easy to find water. The only problem was it was quite midgy, but sort of what you expect at the end of July, beginning of August. So I woke up quite early, got on the little road for a couple of 100 yards, turned right towards Loch Stack Lodge, went across the little bridge and up to the lodge. And the lodge is rather nice, actually, very posh. But turn away from the lodge, turn right there, and you follow a good 4x4 track, and it's relatively easy walking. It's quite nice scenery, actually. Sort of lots of locks and things like that. And you carry on going, and you can see this bit from quite a distance, and it's at the bottom of the hill, and you follow the contour lines on the 4x4 track until you just cross the Altan Riab Chach river, which is it a bridge? I can't remember, but it was a relatively easy crossing. And then basically you're going 1 kilometre northwest, no path. I've written deep bog there, but actually it wasn't too bad. It was very squelchy, sometimes going up to your ankles, and navigation wasn't too bad as long as you I used my compass a little bit, and kept some landmarks in view, and eventually you get across this little river and you get to the Loch Bahad Moor. There is a path. I actually picked up the path a little bit earlier, about there, and then you trek along the east coast of the loch, and this is not a particularly nice path. It's squelchy and horrible and boggy and slippy, but at least it's a path. Hooray! And you carry on going. This bit seemed to take an age. It took me probably about an hour to do that bit, and then you pick up bits of path again and you lose it, pick up bits of path again and lose it, and then you get to the I can't remember what the river is. It wasn't particularly deep, but I did try crossing. I did try walking up east a little bit to see if there was an easier crossing, and the water was flowing less fast, but it's quite a lot deeper. So I went back and crossed really just by the opening, and half of the river is sort of covered in stones. So actually you've only got 7 or 8 metres to go, and it wasn't too bad actually. I was just sort of drying out, and I met a woman who'd come from Sandwood Bay, and we stopped and compared notes and had a chat and everything like that. I asked her what it was like going to Reconic, and she said more of the same. This path here is pretty boggy and not very nice, but gradually it gets a bit better, and you just ease on down past the Reconic River, which is rather picturesque, until you come up just on the bank, just by the bridge at Reconic, and join the road. I was hoping to go to the bar in the Reconic Hotel, which is just here, but it all seemed closed, which was a pity. So you walk up a little bit. There's a police station there, which I think is only used 1 day a week, and apparently you can camp next door to it. But I didn't need to do that. So I followed the little road up. It's a very quiet road and got some cracking views. You climb up most of the way there. I put busy road, but actually it wasn't busy at all. And there are plenty of places to sort of keep to the side of the road if a car comes. Plenty of little parking places and things. There's nothing much here at all. And I got to Inshegra, where I'd booked a place at the Old School Restaurant and Rooms. And that was rather nice, actually. It was 130 quid for a double bed en suite, and I had a nice meal there. and a very nice breakfast. But let's talk about today. So, as I say, it was really nice to stay in the bed and breakfast, had a good shower, cleaned my clothes and everything like that, and slept really well. And it's a well-equipped restaurant with sort of wine and beers and things like that. So I was very happy. Not much of a Wi-Fi signal there, and not very good reception, but at least I managed to make a few phone calls, so that was good. So I left there at about 9:45 and carried on along this road, which goes uphill, 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 until you get to London Stores. And unfortunately, the iconic London Stores is closed due to unforeseen circumstances, which is a real pity, because I was going to go in there and see what it is, and it's a bit of an institution on the Cape Wrath Trail. But I carried on anyway, and I got to this little junction, and actually you go north on the junction, but if you go down here, you get to Kinlochbervie. There's not really an awful lot in Kinlochbervie. It's a fishing port. There are two little cafes, but they were both closed because it was a Sunday. But just, where is it? Somewhere round about here, I think, is a spa, which is open every day from at least 9 till 6. So I popped in there and got some provisions, so I don't have to have a dehydrated meal tonight, and then backtracked a little and came up here. It's signposted to Sandwood Bay and up there. And let's just get on to the next bit of the map. So I backtracked to this little road here and just follow the road. Generally it climbs most of the time, but it's relatively easy. And again, the road is very quiet. It's 2nd of August today, I think, and still, one car every 5 minutes or something like that. You follow the path or the road up to Old Shore Moor, and keep on going. And there are some fantastic views back because you're climbing. It's actually beautiful. Carry on going. There's a retreat somewhere around here, which has got a campsite, so you can always go there. I'm not quite sure, somewhere around here. And then you go through Blairmore, and there's a little car park just here, but just before the car park you turn right. It's really well signposted, and you take the really good 4x4 track that says 4.5 miles to Sandwood Bay, and it's a very pleasant walk. A few ups and downs, but nothing bad. You go past these beautiful lochs. I was very lucky that the sun came out and blue sky and the sun was shining. It was a good summer's day, so that was gorgeous. And you climb up, go past these lochs. It takes a little bit of time, but there you go. And keep on going, and about here you get your first glimpse of Sandwood Bay, and it's breathtaking. On a good day, it's absolutely breathtaking. And it's just gorgeous. And you start going down, you're in the dunes here, going down through the sandy seagrass and onto the beach. And the beach is lovely. Plenty of places to camp, either on the sand or in the dunes up here. And I'm camped, where am I? I'm camped just about, no, I crossed over the little rivery bit, and I camped just there. Also, if you walk back here to get some water, as I did, Sandwood Loch, about there is a big green grass dry area which is big enough for about 50 tents. So if you can't find anywhere to park there, or just wanted to be a little bit further back from the beach, that's the way to go. So just about here, and I'm going to climb up here tomorrow. Going to get up, hopefully get up at about 5 o'clock and leave by 6 o'clock, and hopefully get to the lighthouse by 9. We'll see how it goes. It's 10 to 6 on Monday the 3rd of August. That's where I camped. Leave no trace. And there's Sandwood Bay. And it's rather a beautiful morning. A little bit of a breeze, but off and on. So the midges were out a little bit. I was hoping to have a little wash and things like that, but no way at the moment. But it's looking rather nice. So let's get cracking. Next stop, the lighthouse. And goodbye to Barrisdale Bay, which was simply beautiful. Just reached the start of the MOD area, and there is a little path, intermittent, that led me here some of the way, and they very nicely built a little stile to get over, and then I'm going sort of straight ahead in that direction, up the taller hill at the back. About 3 kilometres to go. There's the fence. Fantastic views, look at that. Well, I must admit, about an hour ago I was thinking, oh God, should I turn around and go back to Reconic?
At least now on the way back, I know what not to go on.
No. And the trouble is that it's, a lot of it's so sort of featureless that's difficult knowing whether you're on the best path or not.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. That's right. Whole load of deer.
Quite a big, they've got a stag doing it at the beginning.
I think it might be.
Window while I was driving up the A9.
Got that hot, did it? And there's the lighthouse. Thank goodness. It's a beautiful day, but the clouds are coming in and I think it's going to come down a bit. Well, that's it. I've made it to the lighthouse. So it's 240 miles from Fort William and probably about 90 from Hartlepool. Today was hard work. Oh, first 3 hours were really tough. But once you get over the biggest hill, it's not so bad. And you can see the little building where the track, where you pick up the track, it's not so difficult. I'm very glad to actually get to Cape Wrath. My thoughts on the Cape Wrath Trail. Well, it's really tough. Very rewarding in places, horrible in other places. I'm very glad I managed to do it. I'm very glad I was physically and mentally capable of doing it. I feel a little bit emotional. It's glad I stopped in Liverpool and went back and saw my dad before he died. So this one's for you, Dad. But at least the weather today has been pretty good. The clouds come down a bit at times, but it's been pretty sunny, and Sandwood Bay is definitely worth seeing. All in all, it's been a cracking walk, but don't go into it unless you've trained hard for it and you know what you're going to cope with. It's very boggy, it's very wet, it's steep, it's arduous, but it's a good walk to do. So, just maybe probably get another drink and then jump on the minibus back to Durness. Hopefully get a place in the Durness campsite and book my flight home and get home tomorrow. So, end of the Cape Wrath Trail, over and out.